like a motherless child. Sometimes.
Hey, do you wish you had the freedom just to get up and go and leave a lousy job? Donald here, and I know many people who really wish they had that kind of freedom. You know, first question of mine, a new client, why do you want to leave? Invariably, these answers stream out like a fire hose. Lousy boss, underpaid, promises not kept, underappreciated. If you Google the phrase, I hate my job, you're in for a shock, because more than half of the people in any survey hate their jobs. My question is, why do they stay? What's holding them back? Why not do something about it? And what does any of this have to do with my personal brand? Many people feel trapped right now, and the root problem is a lack of confidence. They're afraid to move because they fear they'll get stuck in something even worse. But a strong personal brand can change that. You can restore your confidence by building your reputation as an expert. Just imagine this, like if you had a personal brand, people will answer your calls, they'll listen to what you say, maybe they'll even buy what you sell. My purpose in these videos is to look at branding from some inspiring and emotional angles that maybe you haven't thought about. For example, the connection between personal branding and emotionally charged feelings like personal freedom, financial freedom. First, let me illustrate the opposite of freedom with a quick observation about ants. When I was growing up in the early 60s, almost every kid had something called an ant farm. These were hugely popular back in the day. Here's a typical ad. Discover how the ants live and work and play. Wow. We also discovered how they dig elaborate little tunnels that lead to nowhere, and how they kill each other for violating the rules of the ant colony. Worse than the mafia. Useful lessons for kids of all ages. Just look how far we've advanced in 50 years. We're not just watching the ants. Nowadays, we're acting like them. It's how we live and how we work, just like the ants on the ant farm. Our every move tracked by wireless and GPS. We have no privacy. There's nowhere to hide. That sounds like an ant farm to me. Or maybe you're feeling confined by a tiny box on the org chart. Look, if you're fed up living your life like an ant in an ant farm, a strong personal brand gives you some breathing room. That's because you've earned some relative autonomy. If you built your reputation as an expert in some niche, you'll have the confidence to pick up and move when things get unbearable. Committing yourself to one label is an excruciating exercise for many people, myself included. But push through that resistance. Pick one label. Just decide what one thing you want to be known as, acquire bona fide expertise, and start building your reputation. And start now because the process takes time and the clock is ticking. I'm out of time. That's the connection between freedom, mobility, and personal branding. Next video in this series makes a connection between personal branding and your financial freedom. Thank you for visiting, and I do wish you the very best of good luck in your search.